Hello again, old friend. Are we back? Oh, we are so back. The following has been paid for the first time this season, by the Pens World Order. The PWO is back. We are back in business, baby. Strike up the band. We're here. I'm here. Has training camp started yet? Revolution. Aries gone off? Anybody retired? No? Good. I accidentally hit the desk here. But welcome, old friends and other hockey comrades alike. Welcome to the first Let's Go Pens fan react of the 2025-2026 season. And it's been a summer, hasn't it, everyone? Of course, I am back. My name is Richard Blosser, the guy who's going to do fan recaps of every 82 games this season. That's what the Pens World Order brings to you. The Let's Go Pens fan react. Of course, myself sporting new duds this season. Yes, this is a new jersey. Thank you for asking. It is a real one. Sponsorship patch and all. Former Hershey Bear Jimmy Huntington on the back of it. And just doing the Randy Orton pose because I can. All this delaying and all this posturing and delaying just to tell all of you, well, we have a hockey team this year. Yeah. So after the summer of our discontent, the Pens will probably be rolling their rookies into training camp next week, and it's going to be a season. Now, let's just get cards out on the table right here, right now. What are the expectations for the Pittsburgh Penguins this year? What is the ceiling for this team? And honestly, our goal, it's going to gimme for Gavin. It's gimme for Gavin. Massacoys for McKenna, going off the rails for the boy who's playing all the way up in state college. That's the goal. That's what Pens fans are going to want this year, because this year, well, the roster, it ain't that great, Bob. Ain't that great. So as of right now, the time of this recording, it is a September 3rd, 2025. Little too early, but I don't care. That we are just going to look at what this team is, at least as of right now, and we are heading on the very outer fringes of training camp. So the Pittsburgh Penguins, and this is all thanks to Puckpedia right now, actually have $13 million in cash that they can play with as of right now, which is, I guess, good. I guess. So our roster this year, well, to quote the great Ottawa Senators, we're a hockey team. That's exactly what this team is. And the Pittsburgh Penguins this year, I hate to beat a dead horse, we're just not going to be that great. Our first top line is Brian Rust, Sidney Crosby, and Richard Raquel. Richard Raquel coming off the best season that man has ever had. A solid 35 and 35 even for 70 points last year, and nobody wanted him. Nobody wanted him, so we kept him. Sidney Crosby, his new extension is kicking in this year, the $8.7 million for 2 years. Haters are going to laugh at it, and, well, it might be deserved, but hey, he's going to retire a Penguin. I know I've heard haters and doubters and people down in DC dancing on this team's grave. and it might be deserved, that, oh, you should just trade Crosby somewhere else. He should go to play somewhere else in the twilight of his career. Yeah, where? Oh, Colorado will take him. Isn't that right, spitting chicklets? Sorry. But look. Crosby doesn't want to go anywhere. If he wanted out, he would have been out. That's how this thing is. So he's retiring a Penguin. He's going to have his number up there at PPG. It's a fact. It's life. It's science. It's science. Anchoring him on that line is Brian Rust. Of course, he deserves to be there. 2 years left on his deal. The man is hitting 33 years old. Wow. Good for him. God, the man was in Wilkes-Barre a decade ago. The second line, the projections right now of Dan Heitinen. So glad we have him. He isn't expiring this year. Evgeny Malkin anchoring that line on the last year of his deal, and looks like it might be a retirement tour for old Gino. It's about that time for all the cast and crew here. It is that time, as we are indeed circling the drain. One of the newest acquisitions might anchor the right wing. There would be Anthony Mantha, as he was brought over, spent last season in Calgary. In Calgary, let me just see. Bring up the depth chart here. That's better. Anthony Mantha spent 13 games and got 7 points for Calgary last year. Good for him. The third line, well, here's where things are going to start getting in flux, as an aeon flux. That as of right now, you have Blake Lizotte, who we got fresh from the LA Kings last year, had a solid 20-point campaign last year. He's an expiring as well. According to the depth chart, it should also be Thomas Novak and Nola Chari on the third line. Here's the problem. Both those men, as of right now, are considered to be injured. And if it was me, Philippe Tomasino would be on this line. Put him at center, put him at the wing. I don't care. The man can do both. You throw him on there. Maybe you swap out. Maybe you keep Novak in there because he is a pure center. But I would say Chari out, get Tomasino in there on your third line, and that's fine. Second line, though personally, I'd throw out Anthony Mantha and put Philippe Tomasino up on the second line so he can anchor Malkin and get some more speed on that line. Because I tell you this, Dan Heitinen and Evgeny Malkin are not guys known to have wheels. So, as of right now, Novak and Achari, they are injured according to the Pens. So, could look very different. Again, this is all way too early looks, but I don't care. I need hockey to talk about. I'm getting tired of talking about wrestling. I need hockey, dang it. So, the fourth line for the Pens as of right now is Connor DeWar. We picked him up in the trade last year. We sent the other Connor, Timmins. He went out and went elsewhere. I think he went to the Rangers. But Connor DeWar is in, who could be a solid fourth-line guy to gobble up minutes. He'll be there with Kevin Hayes, who is still considered injured at this point. And then Justin Barzal will be slotted in as well. Where did Justin play last season? God, I love Parkpedia sometimes. He was with Boston and Minnesota last year. 27 years old. 6'5", 220. And it looks like he's a fourth wing guy. And as we all know, you can't teach speed. You can't teach height. Right, you can't teach height. Yes, that'll do. On defense, we're going to go toward defense. Oh, God. All right. Our defensive line is Ryan Graves and Chris Letang. Okay, so I shouldn't knock on Ryan Graves too much as the man had a really bad year last year. Didn't get a point until freaking January last year. A little sip of Perrier here. That's what keeps you going. Ryan Graves had a horrible year last year, but you can only hope he can turn it around. I mean, he only scored 4 points last year in 61 games. It can't get worse than that, can it? And of course, he'll be anchored by the eternal first lineman. Chris Letang, for some odd reason, is still getting top line, top minutes. And a man who's 38. And we still got to pay him for 2 more years. Can we just buy him out? Just get rid of him. I mean, I know he's part of the 3, but he's 38. And the man's had frickin' surgery over the offseason. I mean, seriously, Letang, Bubby, you might want to start looking for nice land in Pittsburgh somewhere. I mean, I'm just saying. The second line looking like it will be Ryan Shea, who got a whole healthy 5 points last year, but did the job that he was required to do. And then Erik Karlsson, the man are paying $10 million to this season. Okay, I should stop with that. He got 53 points last year. I mean, once he more or less got over his injury, because I think someone said he'd ACL surgery during the offseason last year, and he took about 10 to 15 games to get that motor running. Once he did, he kind of did his job. I mean, 53 points at 35 years old. Knock the man all you want. He played all 82 games. It's there. I mean, the results are there. He's great as a blue line blaster. That's all he's got at his age right now. Suppose paying actual defense. The third line, at least so far, is Parker Wotherspoon, brought over from the Boston Bruins. He was signed over the offseason. Had 55 games with the Bruins last year and 7 points. And Connor Clifton could anchor the third line as well. Did time with Buffalo last year and got 16 points, 1 goal, and 15 assists. The additional defenseman would be Alexander Alexiev, fresh over from the Washington Capitals, former Hershey Bear, and got into a little bit of a traffic incident over the offseason there, Jerry. It was, in the words of Cosmo Kramer, it was an incident. So, but let's bring him in, see what he can do. The other one was the signing over the offseason, which led to my highest viewed video over the summer at over 300. I still don't know how that happened. We got Matt freaking Dumba from the Minnesota Wild, or somebody beautifully called him on YouTube, Matt Scumba. Their words, not mine. Why'd we bring this guy in? As somebody tried to sell me, oh, well, he's a depth piece. We could flip him during the offseason. And yeah, you're right. He's an expiring. And he's going to cost us $3.75 million. I mean, we got the cap room to pull it off, but I mean, we got other guys we can flip. I mean, we could flip Connor Clifton if needed. Wotherspoon can go. You could flip him for something, but why we need to bring in a 31-year-old defenseman who hasn't been relevant since Obama was in office? I know. I'm being critical in this, but it seems like a reach even for the Pens. I mean, depth is depth, but you got prospects in the pipeline. So why sign Dumba, who's over 30? We're still the oldest team in the league. So there's no need for this outside of a bargaining chip, which, by the way, at least half our rosters is expiring this year. So the Pens are going to have a lot of stuff to play with throughout the year and flip for some draft picks in capita, which we will get to in a bit. Your goaltenders this year. Tristan Jarry's returning. And he's going to be backed up by Tares Silavos. I said his name horribly wrong, but let's let him get some starts so I can watch him on the TV broadcast and hear his name enough times that I can get it right. I'm an auditory learner. So those are goaltenders. Now the good news is that in the pipeline in Wheeling and in Wilkes-Barre, Wilkes-Barre could have a good 1-2 punch of Joel Blomqvist and Sergei Miroshov. Miroshov should be the next goalie golden goose that should be coming up this year. Is he going to get time in Pittsburgh this year? I doubt it. They'll bring up Bloomer long before Miroshov gets called up, but a good year in the American Hockey League, and we get a good amount of seasoning on him. You know, we get a good marinade on him, and we get the rub, and we slap down, and we open it up, and we throw him in the oven, and he's a slow cooker. We put him in a slow cooker, put it on low for 8 hours, and Miroshov, again, he should be the next guy that eventually does get called up. You can have him marinate for a year or two in the American Hockey League till we figure out what to do with Jari. Sivos will be gone. Blomqvist has got, well, actually, Blomqvist is a expiring, so yeet out the door. Philippe Carlson expiring, yeet out the door. And yeah, just at the end of this year, you see what you got with Miroshov. Because this could be, the kid could be it. Could be. He's only 21. As long as you don't ruin his development and you just let the goalies come along and you don't give up on him. We could have had Ermi Lemmy and Alex Diorio by this point if the Pens wouldn't have given up on him. But as of right now, that is pretty much the Pens roster, barring some injury stuff. Now, yes, Rutger McGorty still in Wilkes-Barre, still young, but he could get some time this year as well. Valtteri Puustinen, Joona Koppanen, Vile Kuvinen, who's going to be back for his second tour of duty, only got 7 points in Pittsburgh there last year. Rutger McGroarty got 3 points when he got his call up as well. Philippe Hollander could see some time as well. Avery Hayes, Owen Pickering, another big one the Pens could call up. Jack St. Ivany saw a lot of time due to injuries as well. So there is stuff in the pipeline there in Wilkes-Barre that is going to get called up, but that just depends a lot more on what comes to be with the Pens. And again, everyone, it's only September 3rd when I'm talking about this. I'm just talking about this to all of you because I just want to talk some Penguins hockey, dang it. We're getting there. The Zambonis are going to be put in commission. I'm sure the ice at PPG is eventually going to get put down and we will get back underway. But this is the first one I wanted to do. I decided to do this on a whim, and I think it's pretty much paid off. Like and subscribe. We will to this channel for more of the Pens World Order and Pittsburgh Penguins content, especially as training camps start up and we get lovely news. New head coach. Not exactly new players, but possibilities. It's hockey, everyone. And, well, like pizza, bad hockey is better than no hockey. Let's go Pens. Let's go have a season. Catch you next time.